Parrots, after that wonderful 2-1 win against Rayo Vallecano, had a bar full earlier of Spanish fans, and Malcolm was serenaded by all of those fans you saw in the corner of the ground. Absolutely fantastic. I did teach him the song Supermac, Superstar, how many goals have you scored so far? And I've got it. You watch NUFC Matters on YouTube, they did sing it to Malcolm, so there we go. He got his scarf out of it as well. But anyway, Malcolm, what did we learn from that friendly today?
Not a lot, to be honest. I thought with Nick Pope playing and Trippier that they wanted to have a good run out, as they hadn't done very much in the last month, other than train with England. It was nice to see the kids get on late on, and we have got some really good kids. I'd like to see more of them, but of course, what's most important is picking points up in the league and starting on Tuesday, getting into the next round of the League Cup.
Saint-Maximin is often somebody who causes plenty of conversations between Newcastle fans pre-match and post-match. My opinion, I don't think he's done enough to start on Tuesday. What about you?
He hasn't done enough to start on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. For all the ball that he had today, I think he got one crossing that was in any way telling, didn't get any shots in at all, and didn't really have any impact on the game, and yet he's had more possession than any other player on the pitch. And he really has to do an awful lot more, you know. And I saw in a number of newspapers that his name was coming into the same sentence as Mbappe, as if Mbappe had nicked Saint-Maximin's place. What a load of nonsense. They are so far poles apart, absolutely poles. And until it's so simple. Football is a very simple game. And my simple question to Saint-Maximin right now would be, how many goals you scored, how many crosses have you got into the box to make goals for others? And at the moment it's 0 and 0, and that's not good enough at all. And this guy, he's got all the skills going in the world, but he's just not putting them to use, and it's a downright waste. It really is, and it's a waste of his skills, and it's a waste of a position in Newcastle, because we saw today good kids coming through, and they will improve very quickly. Saint-Maximin, there's no improvement whatsoever.
Obviously in that back four today we saw Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles. Eddie Howe has come out over the break in Riyadh and said a lot of positive things about Lascelles. Do you think that's your centre-half pairing for Tuesday night, with Dan Burn probably slotting in at left back and Trippier on the right?
Possibly, but you know, I've heard word that Lascelles will be leaving come the end of the season, and so I'd be surprised if he actually is prepared to risk him in such an important game, because it doesn't matter who the opponents are. This is a really important game, with a chance of Newcastle progressing nearer to Wembley, I'm always concerned about Lascelles, that he will make a mess of something when the pressure's on. And he did today, yes. He did today. And if he does that in a friendly, heaven knows what he'll do in a cup match or in in a league match when the pressure is really on.
Chris Wood, again today. Don't do that, Malcolm. Chris Wood scored. He got the winner. Okay, it was a penalty. But Chris Wood will clearly start, I think, on Tuesday night. He does bring something to the team, Malcolm. Please try and be positive at least once about Chris Wood.
Has he got the ability to start? You know, it was a penalty. Somebody else earned the penalty, for heaven's sake. Actually, when it went in, I thought, what a good penalty. It's one of the best penalties I've seen in a long time. What we should do is change the rules slightly so that we can bring on a kicker like American football. And so we could just have Chris Wood coming on, taking penalties, and then get off the field again. The guy on the pitch who lost the ball the most times today was Chris Wood, and he was continuously losing it. If he did get it under control, it was having 2, 3, 4, 5 touches even before he could make up his mind what to do with it. And I heard somebody just behind me say he's not even second class, he's third class, and I couldn't disagree with that.
Yes, Malcolm's not a fan of Chris Wood. Okay, looking ahead then, Tuesday night we will be here 6 o'clock, and we'll be here after the match as well. Biggest game of the season, that, Mal, against Bournemouth.
Well, yeah, it's a big game, and hopefully after that the games will only get bigger as we progress towards Wembley come the end of the season, and Europe come next season, hopefully. This is a wonderful, glorious opportunity, and I think that all of the players in the Newcastle camp are well aware of just how big an opportunity it is for them. And okay, so today was a friendly, but the business starts on Tuesday. I think we'll see quite a big change in terms of attitude from everybody, and the way that they go about the game. I remember that Bournemouth, they nicked it. Well, it wasn't Bournemouth who nicked a draw against Newcastle. It was actually Newcastle who nicked a draw against Bournemouth here at St James Park. And so, yeah, it is going to be a really tough game. And Bournemouth are wanting to progress as much as Newcastle. It's a lovely opportunity for them, but we can't go making any mistakes in this. This is a great chance this season. It really is. It's a wonderful opportunity to bring the first trophy back to St James Park since 1969.
Last thing, Malcolm, 34,000 there today for the friendly, including a lot of youngsters. For the first time, and we heard Rob Byron, the owner of this place, who's the stadium announcer, talking about different people's birthdays, and it was their first time at the game. How important is that, the young children coming through, and first timers? We've got this young lady here, it's her first match today, getting into the ground. God, do you know what you've let yourself in for? But genuinely speaking, it's great to see just a new generation of fans after 14 years of Mike Ashley's stagnancy coming through now and being able to embrace Newcastle United.
Yes, the supporters are embracing Newcastle United, but the beauty as well is that Newcastle United are embracing all the supporters. They're making, I think, the supporters feel a real part of the club, which never happened under the Ashley regime. And so this is a lovely time to be a Newcastle United supporter, that's for sure. And I think that the efforts that are being made in that boardroom, they will be constant, and they will be looking to bring total, utter success to Newcastle United in the foreseeable future. And I don't think they're here for the short term, they're here for the long term, and they're going to make a massive imprint on the Premiership, as well as cup competitions, and it's Newcastle United stamped all over it.
For those of you who won't be here on Tuesday, have a great Christmas. We'll see you in the new year. But please put your hands together for Supermac, Malcolm MacDonald.